Hello, my name is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net and welcome to the Jazz Guitar Vlog for the Galbraith comping study on Nardis. It's called Smiles or S-Miles. Of course, it's coming from this book. This is the snapshot I used to use as YouTube thumbnail, so I need to take a second there to take a selfie. So this study is interesting. It's based on Nardis, which is in the key of E minor-ish, very guitar friendly because of or great open E string and top E string here. The feature of this study is that it uses open strings, very, very different than all other studies. So what I'll do, I'll let you watch, listen to this comping study. I'm performing it, and then I'll be back after for some interesting discussions about chord grips. I've been playing this study for 15 years and I still discovered new fingerings and new things within it. So very interesting, very deep. Quick rig rundown before we go. Playing about this guy. So we have a Fender Blues Junior here. Tube amp, very warm, love it. It's not too loud. Have this Grail Plus Electro Harmonix delay pedal. My favorite Dunlop Jazz 3s without the grip. The black ones, I find they sound better. Maybe it's just me. And my Godin. So this is the Godin Montreal Premiere, of course, that I really enjoy. So I'll see you right after the video for the tips and discussion. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, welcome back to the Galbraith S-Miles comping study. I hope you have enjoyed the performance. Now let's take a few minutes to discuss. Well, let's take a few minutes to do like me and talk way too fast. My friends tell me I'm too fast, so I'll try to pace myself. Sometimes I want to get my money's worth, or if I know I can't spend a lot of time with my friends, I'll talk faster so we can catch up faster. I know, just a quirk. So I'll be doing a lot of this because my book is right on a sheet music, music stand, and you'll see me looking this way. It's right here. There you go. So first things first, I tend to play pick and fingers, hybrid style. It's my personal way. I know a lot of great people that do that. Also, Ed Bickert was an inspiration, of course. We have Lenny Bro that is kind of a strict finger style picker. And for this one, it's super sad, but I've played it entirely with a pick. There's two reasons for that. One is I had a little accident and it kind of lost the snail and it bled recently over a car trunk that was, anyways. So I had to play with just a pick, and sadly, there's a lot of things that won't sound as good if you do it with pick and fingers because you cannot strike all your strings. I'll give you an example. Very first chord. So we play an open E. And then we go for this guy. So this is just strumming all 6 strings. If you're playing pick and fingers, you're gonna miss out a lot of things because there's a lot of 6-note and 5-note chords within the study. So my recommendation is this, even if you're still a hybrid picker or a fingerstyle guy, use your thumb and go, you know, sound all the strings. First thing. Second thing, I'll direct your attention to the chord that is in the 3rd bar. That's an anticipated E7. So there's 2 things I want to discuss. First, slower, breathe. See, do it again. First thing I want to discuss is if you're playing Nardis, the song, typically the chord in bar 3 will be a B7. So it's going to be E minor, F major, B7, C major. Throughout the study, Barry Galbraith chose to play an E major instead of a B major in bar 3. So he's substituting B dominant for E major. So it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. It's going on throughout the study, and I don't know where I picked that idea, but it's a great, really neat way to do that and to solo over that study. I love using this. It's not really a substitution because it's still a B major triad, but with an E root. It's actually what he's playing. Really interesting sound. The other thing is, as guitarists, we look at this, we go like this, and then we see this guy. So it's F sharp, B, and D sharp, and we see it as a triad, or we see it like, right? The thing is, if you're playing with a pick, there's an alternative way of fingering it, which is here, which I will prefer for certain passages. So I'll direct your attention to the 3rd line. So the very last bar on the 3rd line, it's E minor 9 major 7. If you're playing fingerstyle and you do hybrid, you can do your bass, skip the 5th string, and play this, and wind up with a lot of open strings. However, this is some of the things I've discovered recently. This is my new way of fingering it. You're just playing on a bigger set of strings, and it just sounds better. So you go from the beginning. I love that sound. It's deeper. It's like going up or something. So watch out for these opportunities. That was the first tip. Second tip is watch out, because sometimes you'll read a chord and you'll see circled letters. So if you have a circled E, it means that E string is open, and the B, circled B, same thing. So we have an A minor 9 there on the 1st line, and you read the chord, and chords become tremendously hard to read, even if it's already hard. It's just the rest of the book is really hard to read. This is even harder because you have to attribute certain notes in the chord to open strings you're not used to playing. So I'll give you an example. That's the A minor 9 on the 1st line. You get open E, open B, then you have a C note here. Then a G. The G is not open either, so it goes. This is the chord. So it's an A minor something. It's an A minor something, but. And of course the root, you could let the root be an open A too, so it's kind of a strange. Then you have the F here, totally flamenco, right? So there's a lot of that going on throughout the study. Same thing with 1st chord on the 3rd line. So typically I would have played this guy here with open E, but now I've discovered how simple can that be? You know, all 11 frets, and even this guy. We're not playing it, but it could work. It could fit the chord. So there's a lot of, I would say, a lot of soul searching, because some chords are very similar to one another. Then you have to be careful with the notes. So I think I've done a good job of showing you in the playing video where to put your fingers. And I'll give you another example for the B section. So starting on 1, 2, 3, 4th staff, there's a double bar line. You have an open A. Then you have a chord that looks like this, C, E, G, B, right? But it's not played like this, it's played like this. So it's, same 4 notes, But the E is open here, and this is actually the way he's playing it because he's going here after. So this is an F, so F, F, C, open G, B at 12th fret, and then open E. So there's a lot of work that goes into mastering this comping study. Other than that, so there's the E major substitute for B7 if you look at the chart. Don't speak too fast, Marc, please. See, I have to remind myself. I have to do it consciously. Other than that, so E major sub, checking out for open strings, and really you have to attribute the note. So this is the open E. This note that it says E, it's the one that opens. So which one do I need to fret, right? Other than that, there's a lot of rhythm going on that are interesting, especially it gets dense on the second page, so be careful to take it a bar at a time, especially starting on the third line of the second page, so it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, especially when he plays the beat 4, it's kind of strange and interesting in the same way. I'll take a minute to talk about the second B section also. So it's this is fourth line down the second page where you have the double bar, so you have an open A, and then you have this chord. I don't know if you guys have a better idea for this, but then you have to play an F. Some people will play it like this. I have large hand and this is not comfortable at all, so the best way to play it is play the D, D, G, and C, and let your third finger be free, and it's that guy that will play the F. So this is probably the hardest part of the study, and the less idiomatic, I'd say, to jazz guitar, because these things were not common in the golden era of jazz guitar. It's not like a 60s thing or anything. It's kind of a Galbraith thing, really interesting. And lastly, study in, I was recording a vlog today about using seconds and things like that. So top of the second page, you have passages where you go like this. So I love this kind of sound because it's still an E minor. So you have F sharp, G, and B, or you could play F sharp, G, and B here. And this is totally E minor because you have the sound of the third and the fifth and the second. So it does the same on an F, but it's not the same scale degrees on an F. This is the third, the tonic, and the seventh. So really neat use of seconds. And then again on E major. And again on C, but on C the fingering is totally different and he's using 2 open strings. So it's a really fascinating passage. That's it. I will leave it at that. I could spend all day talk about this study. It's so great, and this book in general, what we have coming up in the next, hopefully 2 weeks. I don't want to lie to myself. We have Tangy that is based on Tangerine, which is where we're back to a more classic jazz guitar style of comping with, good rhythms and chords and, good old drop 2 inversions and passing diminishes and things like that. So I hope you have enjoyed the S Smiles Barry Galbraith comping study based on Nardis. Once again, my name is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. I will see you soon on the website. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more free lessons. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.